All right, if you will flip on over to linear equations word problems 311, we're going to break this into 2 days, or I am for my classes. So we're going to talk about type 1 equations, which are slope-intercept form. Now, the notes that you need to know, slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. Okay, m stands for slope, which is also known as the rate of change. You're going to kind of look for the word per or each. Those are your keywords for this. B is your starting spot, whatever you start with. Okay? So I'm going to go through, read the problem, find some keywords, and then we're going to write some information down. Okay, Evan is going to the county fair this weekend. The admission to the fair is $5 and the cost per ride is 50 cents. If his parents gave him $20, write and solve a linear equation to find how many rides he can go on. Okay, so the first thing is the admission is $5. Cost per ride is 50 cents. And his parents gave him 20. Okay, now most of the time people can come up with the answer for this, but this says write and solve a linear equation. A lot of the time y'all just like to go straight to solving and not writing. So we're going to start with listing the information I know over here. If I'm using slope-intercept, I know I have an M, I know I have a B, and then I know they gave me some extra information. Okay, remember, your M is your slope or your rate of change. It typically has the word per or each. Well, here's the word per. So the cost per ride is 50 cents. So this is 50 cents, so put a decimal. And out by the side, I'm going to put cost per ride. And I'll explain why I put that in just a minute. Now, to get to the fair, the admission fee is $5. So that's what I have to pay no matter what. Okay, once you know those two things, the extra piece of information is he has $20. So the first thing I'm going to do is come over here and write my equation. I'm going to plug in y equals, instead of m, I'm going to put 0.50x plus, and instead of b, I put 50. I'm going to go ahead and box that and put a 1 beside it because that was step 1. Write the equation. Okay, step 2 says to solve it. Now here's why I wrote cost per ride. When you're talking about slope, where do I want to put this? Slope is y over x, or y per x. So if you come back over here, and I'm going to do this in a different color so it stands out, cost is y per ride is x. If you can figure out which is y and which is x, which cost will always be before the slash or the per or the each, you can figure out how to plug in your formula. Since they gave me $20, I know that this is y. They want me to find how many rides. So I want to find rides, which is x. So since I don't know what x is, I can't plug this in. I can plug in y. So for step 2, I'm going to do 20 equals 0.50x plus 5. And now I just have to solve a 2-step equation to get x by itself. The first thing we're going to do is subtract 5. 20 minus 5 is 15. And that gives me equals 0.50x. And then to get x by itself, the last step you have to do is divide by 0.50. So we're going to take 15 and divide by 0.50. And that gives me x equals 30. And since we know we're talking about x, I know x is rides. Okay, I'm going to box that, put a 2 beside it because that was my step 2. That's what you're going to have to do on every problem. So give me 1 second and I will start the second one. All right, so finishing this up. While visiting Crimson Lake, Sally decided to go kayaking. The rangers charge $8.50 per hour, in addition to a $25 deposit to rent the kayak. If she rented the kayak from 11:30 a.m. until 2:30 p.m., write and solve a linear equation to find the total cost to rent the kayak. Okay, so the important information I have is that they charge $8.50 per hour. There's that keyword per, in addition to a $25 deposit. If she rented the kayak from 11:30 until 2:30, write and solve a linear equation to find the total cost to rent the kayak. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to start with my M. M is always with per or each or something similar to that. So this would be $8.50. And we're talking money, so this is dollars per hour. Okay. My B, my starting cost, in order to get this kayak, it's going to cost me $25 no matter what. And then I know that I have it from 11:30 to 2:30, which becomes a total of 3 hours. Okay, once I have my M and my B, step 1 is to write the equation. Y equals 8.5 goes with X because M goes with X, plus 25. There's step 1, write the equation. Okay, step 2 is to solve it, and they gave me 3 hours. So if you come back up to where we wrote our dollar per hour, remember, I don't have my blue pen anymore, sorry, that this is Y per X. Okay, so that means they gave me X. I'm trying to find Y. I don't know Y. Since I don't know Y, when I come to my equation, I leave Y alone. And I'm going to do 850. I know X is 3 hours plus $25. So since everything is on the right side, all you have to do is grab your calculator and do 850 times 3 plus 25. And that gives me 50.5. But they asked us to find the total cost. So I need to put a dollar sign on this. And I need to add an extra 0 because we're talking money. So now that I've labeled my real world problem, I am done. Okay, moving to number 3. Alex bought a new truck for $42,935. According to the dealer, the truck will depreciate approximately $4,200 per year. Write and solve a linear equation to find how many years until the truck is worth $5,135. So, my important information. The new truck costs $42,935. 1 second, guys. All right, sorry, I had somebody walk in. So, the new truck costs $42,935, and it's going to depreciate $4,200 per year. There's my per. Okay, so I'm going to write M and I'm going to write B. That per is the $4,200. Now, you need to know something about depreciate. Depreciate means this is what I paid for the truck, but I'm losing value every year. So my slope is a negative $4,200. And since we're talking about money again, this is money per year. Okay, my B is my starting cost, and it cost me $42,935 to begin with. Now, I want to find out how many years until the truck is worth $5,135. So they gave me $5,135. Okay, remember this is Y per X. So money is Y. So that means since this is money, this is Y. So I don't have a clue what X is. I have to find X. Okay, step 1, write the equation. Y equals, M is negative $4,200 with X, because M always goes with X, plus 42935. There's step 1, write the equation. Step 2, solve the equation. Since I don't know what X is, I can't plug X in, I have to plug Y in. We're going to do 5,135 equals negative 4200x plus 42935. Okay, since x is over here, I've got to get x by itself. I must subtract the 4,290, $42,935, if I could say it right. Okay, when I do that, 5135 minus 42935. I didn't get the 9 in there. 5135 minus 42935. That gives me negative $37,800 equals negative 4,200x. To get x by itself, we're just going to divide by negative 4,200. And this gives me x equals 9. And since we're solving for x, remember x is years. Box my answer for number 2. Okay, one more example, and then I'm going to have you try 5 on your own. If you buy a car wash at the gas station for $6, the cost per gallon is $2.35. If you have $40, write and solve a linear equation to find the number of gallons of gas you can afford. Okay, so my important information, I buy a car wash for $6. The cost per gallon is $2.35. There's my per. And I have $40. So I'm going to start with M and start with B. My M has that word per or each. And it is $2.35. And it says cost per gallon. So cost, you can write cost per gallon. And remember, this is your y per x, because slope is rise over run, so y over x. Now, in order to get that for my cost per gallon, I have to buy that $6 car wash. So that's what I start with. And then I have $40. Since 40 is talking about dollars, dollars is cost, not gallons. So they gave me y. That means I want to find what x is. I don't know x. So step 1, my equation. Y equals, my M is 2.35, keep x. My B is 6, because I got to pay $6 no matter what. There's my equation. Step 2. Plug in the piece of information you know. I know I have $40, and I know that goes in Y spot. So 40 equals 2.35x plus 6. Now, since everything's not over here on the right side, we have to solve this like a 2-step equation. So I'm going to subtract 6. That gives me 34 equals 2.35x. And then to get x by itself, I must divide by 2.35. So 34 divided by 2.35 would be approximately 14 point, I'm going to go with 47 when I round, because I'm going to look at this 8, and the 8 tells you to go up to 6. And x is gallons. Because if you come back over here, we're finding x was gallons. Okay, so now you're going to try 5 of these problems on your own. Be careful of negative slopes. So if you're losing something, if you're descending, if you're depreciating, those are negatives, so be careful. And if you need help, just ask. You have 5 to do.